Yeah. I can hear you, man. Are we
Powered by
rolling?
Riverside FM.
Yep, already recording.
Oh, nice. That's actually good. I thought we're not recording as yet.
Nah. Today I just went in. I had no time to wait.
No, we can't wait. Who are we waiting for? Unless if you're waiting for
Exactly.
me. You always have to wait for me. That's the problem.
Yeah. Sometimes I just sit here listening to myself talk, testing the microphone and all those things.
100%, man. Thanks, eh? How you feeling? Another week, another weekend, another everything,
Exactly, man. Another episode.
another EP.
But yeah, I'm doing good. It's been quite a chilled week on my side. Yeah, and how are things going your side there?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just worried why you started your sentence with but, because for a second I thought you were actually gonna tell me something way off on something that I'm not supposed to know about or something negative. Never start your
Now,
sentence with please.
hey man, I like breaking the rules.
Ah, rules, rules,
Yeah,
rules. Anyways, let's
exactly.
get to it. Let's welcome our viewers, listeners. It's not viewers yet, actually. It's still listeners.
Yeah,
It'll be viewers at some stage soon.
yeah, unless it's the YouTubers who like looking at our logo while they're listening,
Oh, they'll be
call
viewing
them
our logo.
viewers.
That's good.
Yeah, so they can view the logo. You're welcome.
I think I
But
think I
yeah,
think they need to start dropping comments and telling us about our logo. Maybe they can tell us a story there.
hey man, I've gotten the comments, but I don't know how to reply to them.
There should be a box.
Yeah, there is comments if you check. People
Is it?
comment.
I'll
Yeah, but
check. I
I don't know
actually
how to
haven't
reply to
taken it
them.
seriously. I'll check and
Yeah,
then we'll do one link response that responds to everybody.
yeah, that could work.
Awesome, man. Welcome to it, guys. It's our fifth episode, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is episode number 5.
Number number five. Sheesh. So
Yeah,
it's actually been 5 weeks. That's
yeah,
that's almost 2 months. If just saying,
yeah.
if
Time
we were
moves,
to
man.
put it in like, yo, time actually flies. I'm so impressed, eh? Um, I think we need to first of all thank the listeners, the viewers, the subscribers, anybody that's listening, anybody that's been liking. I've been getting a lot of shout outs on my Instagram. Thank you guys so much for actually pushing us and believing in the storyline, and believing in what we do. It's not a joke, but yeah, thank you so much, hey.
Yes, we highly appreciate it.
Highly appreciate it. now
Yes, keyword highly.
I think it's an important word to use, especially if you're giving gratitude.
Exactly, man.
Yeah. Now let's get straight into it, man. We've got a couple of things to talk about. I mean, our heading says itself, sustainable. Is it the one I'm looking at? Yeah, 100%.
Yes, so I
Sustainable
spend
sips. Is it the one? I am. Yeah, I'm looking
uh,
at the right.
sustainability.
Oh, I'm reading. I'm looking at the
Yeah,
old one. My
the
bad. It's
old one.
sustainability. Yeah, that's where the problem went. I was actually looking at episode 5 on the old one. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely sustainability and exclusive coffee culture. We've got good topics lined up for today. Um, all courtesy and all powered by the man himself, Mbonisi. I think these are superb subjects to touch base on. And I really think it's it's powerful ones. The problem with me, every time I do research, I tend to run too quick and too far out. And yeah, I think I need to start correcting myself there.
yeah, too technical.
I'm too technical. And it's not the first time actually getting those kind of chats where somebody would be like, yo, you're just so too technical. It's not that deep. And I'm like,
Yeah, people.
no, but you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm
People,
I'm scooping it too far in. I don't know.
people are never ready for technical information unless we're doing it live. Then definitely the technical would play a big role in
I
it.
think they will know. They will know once it starts getting technical. They will know what's going on.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Yeah. One of the topics that we still gonna touch base on, which we spoke about last week, is the matcha. I think it's a good one. It's a good subject to actually sit on a lot. There's a whole lot of stuff to undig there. Um, we'll talk about diversifying coffee menus for wider audiences or people that just randomly walk in into different coffee shops, restaurants, whatsoever you want to call it, coffee trucks or whatever pop-up events. I mean, it's good to diversify your menu as be it a coffee shop owner, be it a even a barista yourself. I think you always have room to diversify the menu, even if something is not there. You end up making your own menu, even though it's a bit of a problem in a lot of workspaces. I think yeah, it's something to touch base on. Um, I think one of the most also awesome subjects we'll chat about today is the plant-based alternative milks that has been lately, well, not lately, a while ago introduced in the coffee space, but I think it hit hectic measures not too long ago with your plant-based milks, your oats, your almonds, your soys, your I don't know. I remember rice milk at some stage, but I don't know where it disappeared to.
It
But
doesn't work with coffee.
oh, it didn't work. I think that's what happened.
Nah, people hated it in coffee.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, we've got a last other topic we want to chat about, which is the sustainability one. It's the one. It's the main subheading: sustainability and ethical sourcing within the
Yeah,
coffee
I mean,
space. Yeah,
we can even just jump right into it.
definitely, definitely,
Yeah,
most definitely.
like don't waste time and
I know I always waste time. I like wasting time. I'm a good person to waste time.
and for me, I want to deal with the big topics first, then the
Let's
rest
let's.
later.
I've got an eye for this plant-based one, the alternative milks one. I think
Hmm.
I, I would like us to walk in it slowly, but maybe merging it with the menus just to pair those two together because I think they go hand in hand on
Oh,
diversifying the menu and also
I
just
have a
cutting.
lot to say. I have
I
a
think
lot to
that's where I
say
need us.
regarding
I
that.
think I think let's start off by unpacking that side and getting to understand what is plant-based milk for those that don't know. Um, from my personal understanding, I'm hoping that after this you'll break it down a little bit further so that maybe you can give more light onto what I'll give in. Um, Plant-based milk is basically just your alternative milk that's not off dairy products or that's not off dairy manufacturing. I'm not sure if I'm saying the right thing. Um, that is it lactose free most of the times?
Just
It's
I would say
mainly
like plant-based, made yeah, it's made from plants. It doesn't contain any lactose or animal proteins, fats, etc.
yeah, it's for I don't want to say for vegans, it's for everybody, but for people that just don't want to have dairy.
Yeah.
Do you personally take
And
plant-based?
only almond by a specific brand.
Oh, okay. I think I remember the brand. I'm not sure.
Milk Lab.
Oh, Milk Lab. Oh, yes, Milk Lab. Yes, the orange one. Is it Australian, right?
Yeah, it's Australian. Like actually, like a lot of good plant-based milks, Australian.
Is it? Actually,
Mm-hmm.
something really randomly new. I thought it was off just a random good tree, if they're using a nut from a tree or whatsoever. But that's actually information that I didn't know about. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, and since I think after COVID, there was a trend where I think, yeah, it just became a trend where people are like, they want certain iced coffee with oat and specific matcha with coconut, coffee with almonds. First time I was introduced to that was in 2016, and it was only
2016.
soy milk. Yeah, 2016. Soy milk was the first one. Like, I never understood the whole concept, but yeah, as time went on, I got into it. And when I realized that I have some sort of lactose intolerance, I don't die, but yeah, I have it. I got myself into trying these milks, and I realized that almond was the one for me.
It's quite an interesting thing. Just imagine from randomly drinking or from a traditional way of drinking coffee, so it's been said or been researched that you need to drink your coffee with milk, switching it up, or dairy milk should I say, and then switching it up to all these alternative milks and stuff like that. I'm just so puzzled how these guys, whoever that did that research, actually found that out and managed to like blend it in together in such a way where you would pair your alternative milk with like different types of random beverages within the coffee scenery, be it your hot chocolate, be it your matcha, your coffee itself, or whatsoever that you're doing. I think that's just another hectic discovery.
Yeah, I mean, our like the coffee industry, especially baristas, it's all about experimenting and experimenting. I'm sure
It's a lab.
someone accidentally spilled the milk into the coffee. They tasted it. They're like, wow.
Okay, this is something different.
Yeah, I would
And
go
then they
with this.
started, yeah. And then they started switching it up, adding into other different types of drinks, your hot chocolates, your chais, your matchas,
Yes.
and went on.
Yeah, but I'm so also like even the flavors that you get from these alternative milks, they go well with the different drinks. Like by drinks, I mean coffee, all those kind of beverages, coffees,
Oh
matchas,
yeah,
etc. Yeah. So, for example, if you are to try a matcha with some oat, it will taste horrible. But if you try a matcha with coconut, that works well. You try hot chocolate with some soy milk,
yeah.
you will throw up in your own mouth. So
So
it's all
so
about
you
pairing the milks here.
so it's all about pairing the milks properly and building that little recipe that you're trying to put together. So it's out there. From what I'm just understanding right now, it's out there. Matcha
Yeah.
and coconut pairs very well.
Yes, so far it's the
So
most
far,
popular.
it's the most
Mhm.
popular. I actually need to try this,
Yes.
to be honest with you. You know, I need to coffee hop a bit, and actually see this whole mixture. Because personally, I think the last time I did this whole coconut thing, if you still remember carefully, I'll jog your wheel a bit back when you introduced me to hot chocolate, and coconut. Was it coconut oil and macadamia milk? If I'm not mistaken, I forgot the kind of
Oh,
recipe you did for me.
yeah.
Then
That was
back
the
then,
it was coconut oil or butter and some it was almond milk actually.
it was almond milk. Shucks, I mean that
Yes.
blew my mind personally myself. I really blended in very well with that. But I think people need to put a pin to this. I mean, look, guys, if you haven't tried matcha, or if you have been drinking your matcha with like traditional way, maybe your typical hot matcha milk dairy vibe, maybe switch it up a bit. Try your matcha with coconut milk. I don't think it would matter which brand of coconut milk, as long as if it's coconut milk, it should bring something out for you.
Yeah, but
I think definitely, yeah. Yeah, you wanted to say?
yeah. Uh the so far the brands that I've tried that work well with matcha is Alpro. I mean, they're not paying us, but yeah. If you try
Yeah,
coconut with Alpro, like coconut milk from Alpro
yeah.
with matcha, it's a good combination.
Interesting. Speaking
I
of
still
this whole
hate matcha
matcha,
though.
yeah. Speaking
I
of the
still hate.
matcha, I know it's not your thing. I know it's not your thing. I did a
Mm,
bit of some reading during the course of the week and stuff like that about matcha and stuff. And you did touch base on it, I think, last week, and you were like, matcha has different grades. You've got your ceremonial grade, you've got your daily premium, you've got your culinary grade. Like those are the top three grades of matcha that you can actually get,
s-
and it's quite interesting that some of them are actually not just for drinking, like the culinary one. Um,
yeah,
found that
it's
you
for
can actually
cooking.
cook and bake with this. But then,
Yeah, it is made.
can you can you drink that culinary one? Is it possible though, or would it just taste mute or whatever?
You can, but it won't be as
Pure.
bright and flavorful
Yeah,
as the ceremonial or cocktail.
yeah. Shucks, that's actually quite interesting. I mean, I checked it out and I giggled on my own, and I was like, oh, okay, this is something interesting. I think I personally need to invest in matcha as much as you hate it. That's your problem. I'm going to. I think I need these boosts because I was like reading up on it, and it spoke it pulled out information basically speaking of keeping your liver very much well. It helps your liver, it helps boost your brain functionalities and stuff like that, which it's quite intriguing. I just don't know the science of it as yet, but there's quite a lot. I think maybe I'll do further research on it, maybe pop a little um case study up on our page. Maybe people can read about it, definitely. Maybe this evening. I think I've got some
Yeah.
space to do it, just to highlight more information on matcha, because yeah, it's a broad one. It's quite big
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I could even also try getting a matcha expert to come and explain more in future episodes. I'm not sure when, but
on
I know a
matcha.
couple
Yeah,
of
that'll be good.
matcha experts,
That'll
people who
be
just
good.
live matcha, breathe matcha, and are matcha.
Hey, tell them to bring some samples. We need to taste this thing. Maybe we need to
Hey,
give away
man.
free samples and hear what our listeners have to say about that.
Man, I am not going to say that. You can say it because for me it will be a trap.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
I'm also.
there's already like two people calling me matcha hater. They
Oh,
literally changed
okay.
my name in their phones. They wrote matcha hater. So
It's
I can
it's
talk
a it's,
about it, but
I see.
yeah.
I can
But
loop
yeah, there's
something. I mean, I'm a matcha lover,
yeah,
so it's okay.
yes. So there's also like other variations. I wouldn't say matcha, but matcha style drinks like there's hojicha, there's gen matcha. Like there's a whole lot of these things that are coming up.
Yeah,
So yeah, we
but
might discuss them in the future, but yeah.
I mean, look, from I know we spoke about this some way somehow. I forgot when. Do you think this matcha thing is a wave, or is it gonna die out soon? Because it's been there, but it just recently kind of like exploded in our faces, and it's all matcha everywhere. Even places that I never thought they would actually serve matcha, they now like serving matcha and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, this is something new.
I think matcha is here to stay, man, because it
It's
has the
it's
market.
forever, yeah.
Yeah, because there's people who are not really coffee drinkers, but
Yeah,
they want to have that exclusivity of drinking coffee, like yeah, the feeling of how would I say it, of importance as the people who drink
yeah.
coffee. I mean, you walk into a specialty coffee shop, you order a hot chocolate or a tea. I mean,
It
yeah,
says a lot. It says a
so
lot.
you'll be like one of those like okay, it's just another customer. But if you
Mm,
walk in and like okay, you need matcha. Matcha is a specialty drink on its own.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I think it's here to stay. I
Hmm.
mean,
What a time to be
yeah.
alive, eh? What a time to be
And
alive.
also, we should thank, I think a lot of specialty places should thank Starbucks for actually popularizing the drink again, like matcha. Because remember, in 2016 it came, but it didn't really hit people didn't
reach the
really like
market
know much
properly.
about
Yeah.
it. It didn't reach anyone. But with Starbucks coming in and like launching it in their iced
Mm.
drinks, flavored, blah blah blah, and all those things, yeah, a lot of places have been switching to matcha.
Creds to Starbucks. Creds. I mean
Mhm.
creds. I always love to give creds. That's actually something hectic, eh? It's yo. I'm a new matcha guy. From now onwards, if I'm going out, I'm having matcha, and then I'm gonna jump into my normal black Americano.
Yeah, you know,
So
that is like a combi that's like a I would call that that combination is a laxative on its own, you know.
I'll
So
still
yeah,
do
good
it.
luck.
I
Hmm.
know something like that would come from you, but I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah. And talking
Yeah.
about Starbucks and matcha, there's this thing of diversifying the coffee menus for the wider audience.
Yeah.
So you get people like now there's I find people who add some other ingredients to coffee, you know, for example, some
Mm.
collagen, you know. I mean it's been going on for a long time now.
It has. It
Because
has.
yeah, it has. It started off I think it was yeah, back then it used this coffee called what do you call it? Bulletproof
Bullet.
coffee. Yeah, the one
That
with
that was actually running in my mind right
yes.
now.
So that was when like coffee kind of started adding things that you never expected to be in coffee. So it was
Yeah.
you find some people adding butter to coffee, then it kept went on. Now people add orange juice, then you get
It's it's
the
it's an onward. It's just on. It's on. It's on. It never backs out. I mean, funny enough, I'll say this again. You were the one that actually also again introduced me to bulletproof coffee, and I was like, oh, okay, what's this? Like, no, boy, try this. It's bulletproof coffee. I'm like, what? Okay, let's see. And okay, MCT oil, your I think was it unsalted or salted butter? I forgot. And
unsalted butter.
unsalted butter and your espresso and milk. And I was like, oh, okay, this is actually quite cool. It's something a bit different. Very rich though. It's a rich drink. Um, I think for for somebody maybe from a health perspective, I don't know. I'm not really much of a doctor. Um, I'm looking at it as a very high cholesterol drink. I don't know, but it's your dairy. It's your unsalted butter with more dairy as well. If I tend to believe it's your MCT oil, which is good, especially if you're using a very good quality grade MCT, because there's definitely different types of MCT oils. So
Yeah, yeah.
I think, yeah, I mean, obviously it's all about watching your intake of it. It's not an every 2 hours thing which you can like. I mean, you can, but too much of everything is actually obviously bad for you.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's quite
And
interesting. Yeah.
yeah, then you find people who diversify the menus by adding syrups to coffee. You know, someone telling me they need
Yeah.
a cappuccino with vanilla syrup. Like that's where I
Yeah.
start losing it. You know, I am so against those things.
Man, what can you
I'd
say?
rather, yeah, like for me, rather someone comes
Sugar.
to me and asks for me for coffee with condensed milk or any other ingredients that I know that they're naturally made.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because yes, we get these flavored flavorings and everything. Most of them are made in the lab.
Yeah. It's more
Okay, yeah.
science into it. Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna say that I'm just gonna end there because I don't want to offend people. But
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
for me,
it's allowed.
I'd rather diversify the menu with natural ingredients than
Speaking of
ingredients
that,
made in the lab.
just just now that I'm thinking about it, just to add in something, I think that's there, and I think if you're a coffee hopper as an individual and listening to this conversation, please go check it out deeply. Check out especially these coffee shops that are more focused on specialty. Look at how they lay out their menu in terms of all these other additional stuff. They would have all these additions, your bulletproof coffees and stuff like that. But check it out carefully. They would group all these additions of stuff your condensed milk, which would fall under your Vietnamese coffee. It would be grouped with your bulletproof, your what was that other one you mentioned about matcha? You mentioned something about matcha and adding something, but I forgot what you said. And if you
Yeah, that.
and if you to check, they would add syrups on the side as another addition. They wouldn't group them together. It's more of like, I don't know if it's off a health perspective thing or what it is, but especially a lot of specialty coffees, they would like really do that.
I mean, if it's true
Coffee shops, yeah.
specialty, you'll never find
Yeah.
such. Once they
Oh
add
yeah.
syrups, they're no longer specialty. They are just, for me, they're just another coffee place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, let's give them a little bit of some credits. I mean, it's they working, they trying.
Yeah. Then if they are to add syrups, they're defeating the whole purpose of specialty, you know. So
Yeah.
rather say they're just making coffee, good coffee.
Yeah, they just make good coffee. Let me say that. Let me correct
Yeah.
myself and say,
Yeah, they
check
just make
out
good coffee.
coffee shops that produce good coffee or brew good coffee. You'd see how they group their menu nicely, especially if they pay attention to that detail. They'll group those things. They'll add in their protein whey, whatever's collagens and MCT oils, coconut oils, all that kind of stuff, and then they would put syrups on that other column or shelf or whatever you want to call it on their menu, which is quite awesome. It's quite cool.
Yeah, for me, if I'm to open a coffee shop and people request that I put these syrups, I'll make them so expensive that
They
they
kind of
won't buy
they
them.
won't buy it.
Yeah. They'll be like probably like half the price of the coffee they're buying.
Yeah,
So it won't be worth it. Rather add sugar.
rather add sugar. Ah,
Yeah, rather add sugar,
yeah,
man.
hectic. I think
Yeah.
the sugar thing is also a bit of a challenge. I remember this one time, back then a while ago, I think maybe 5 6 years ago. Um, I went to this other coffee shop and they actually, I don't want to mention their name because they changed that rule. It's no longer there. But you never like sugar was not allowed, and this whole extra hot thing was not allowed. If like they give you the coffee with a standard way on how they do it. If you can't handle that, it's that or you bounce. No sugar, no nothing. They never even had sugar. And funny enough, those guys were busy as hell.
Yeah. I mean, they knew what they wanted and the customers
Yeah,
understood the assignment.
yeah, yeah. No, it makes sense. It makes sense. But no, it's actually it's a cool one. I think guys, go check out your matchas if you're interested on jumping into matcha. Take those notes down. Try your matcha with your macadamia milk. Let us know what you think. Give us a little comment. If you're a barista listening, give it a bash. Let us know how it tastes like. Leave a comment, and that'll be super
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, we can put up a poll also for the baristas and other people to give us, like, tell us what their favorite brands and alternative milks are.
Yeah, why
Because,
not? I think
yeah, because for me also, I have different favorite brands for all the alternative milks.
okay.
Yes. So, okay, I'm just gonna mention the brands. Hopefully, they'll pay us one day.
Now they will.
Yes, they should sponsor us. So, I'll start with Alpro. Alpro makes the best soy milk.
Yeah.
No one makes soy milk like Alpro,
Easy
and coconut
texture,
milk as well.
easy
Yeah,
texture
I mean,
to texture that doesn't bubble up.
and even the taste.
The
It's
taste,
not
yeah.
too bitter, not too sour. It's just soy, right? Then when
It's
it comes to coconut, the coconut, it tastes very coconutty, but not overpowering. If you add coffee or other things, it actually blends well. It's not too overpowering or underwhelming. But
mm,
then if we move to oat milk, right? Oatly
Oatly,
have,
yeah.
yes, Oatly have mastered the art of oat milk.
They knew what
They
they
know
were
how
doing.
to do it. Yes,
Yeah,
like it's perfect.
yeah.
Then yeah, for like almond and macadamia, I would go for Milk Lab.
Milk Lab.
Yeah, like for them, because a lot of almond milks, they taste like marzipan. They don't taste like almond, like pure and roasted almond.
Sure.
Yes, I yeah,
Marzipan. How did you even
marzipan,
pair
man.
that one? Yo,
Man,
marzipan, man. That's
I,
something you get like on like those. It's like it's like bread or some sort of cake made from
yeah,
Germany, man.
like
How do you even get to that stretch?
yes, like marzipan. Marzipan, I think, is made from almonds
Is it?
also. Yeah,
Oh, that's why you actually get it on almond croissants as well. Now that you speak of almond.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
But I actually like
So,
marzipan nonetheless, personally.
amen. Yeah, so that marzipan like taste the flavor. In
Yeah,
coffee, it's not really,
the
yeah, it
way.
doesn't sit well with me. Yeah, so
That
that's why
makes
I
sense.
switched to milk lab. So yeah, I mean, you can put up a poll or those question thingies where the people can tell us which milks are their favorite, and I'll also put it on my Instagram.
Yeah,
Then we
no,
just
that'll be
combine
cool,
the
man.
polls and share them. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, no, no, that'll be cool. That'll be cool. Speaking of
Yeah,
another
and
interesting, yeah,
now I was
you
gonna
wanted to
go to
say?
this thing of since we're talking about diversifying the coffee menu and stuff,
Yeah,
where people are adding syrups, damaging the I wouldn't say damaging, but defeating
ruining.
the whole purpose
Let's.
of
Yeah,
specialty. Yeah,
yeah,
most of those people who do that are not aware of the whole journey of the bean to cup. Like, how does it
yeah,
start and where does it end?
yeah. It's that.
So,
I think that subject is always the most toughest one. I think I still
yeah,
remember when I first learned how to make coffee back then some years ago. I was always told that you need to understand that journey between from an actual bean, from a cherry actually, um, to it turning into that espresso that runs into your cup. It's something very tender and delicate, and a lot of people still don't understand that journey and how long it even takes for it to get to that point where you can drink your coffee and be like, yo, this is powerful. This is good coffee.
yeah, I think people still need to be educated, the same way that they're being
Mm,
educated about matcha
it's
and
something to
whiskey.
to look into, yeah. And gin.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
gin. I know it's a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
mean,
gin, whiskey, yeah. No, it makes sense. Speaking of that little journey, of the whole bean to cup situation, um, it's this whole. I don't know if I should call it um a system or structure of ethical sourcing of like your coffee and stuff like that. I don't know what's your take on that personally. Just in general, which direction do you think we headed to right now in the coffee space, from this whole sustainability to ethical sourcing? Where do you think we are, and how far can we get, or where are we going? I personally haven't really looked into that kind of stuff deeply, but it's something that I wish to really start understanding.
yeah, okay. So before the whole introduction of, I'd say like, yeah, the fair trade, um, coffee roasters, I'd say like, yeah, coffee merchants used to buy coffee from the farmers at a very, very, very cheap price.
Mm,
Then they export it to wherever they're roasting it and sell it for like maybe 50 to 100 times more than what they bought it for.
yeah,
And yeah, in doing that, they never also like took care of the farmers, right? In the region in which the people came from. And
yeah,
then yeah. So I think it was towards yeah, early to mid to the early 2000s there, yeah. Uh
yeah. That's
company
when they,
called Fairtrade was formed. Yeah, then they
yeah,
whatever the
that's
yeah,
when they
so they
jumped
would be
in.
the ones, yeah, Fairtrade would source the coffees, but in sourcing the coffee, they would also give back to the communities where they're sourcing the coffees from, like by
The
building
farmers.
infrastructures, making sure that there's fair
Uplifting, yeah.
pricing. Yeah, fair pricing, like for the coffee with the farmers, uplifting the whole community. And
Mm,
that went on for a while until some roasters are like, you know what, we'd rather deal directly with the farmer, but in doing so, we also help with
Yeah,
infrastructure. Because remember, some of these companies that are mediators, they have offices to run, they have their own admin and everything. So
they
whatever
know how to talk.
money,
Yeah,
yeah, they won't be able to give back as much as the roasters who go directly to the farmers. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, like after COVID now, there's a lot more coffee sourcing companies who are more involved in the farming part. They provide equipment, everything needed to produce a good crop. But yeah, we'll break it down properly next time because
yeah.
yeah, it's a
But
very, very, very long
it's a long
topic, you
one.
know. And
It's actually a very
yeah,
powerful, interesting topic. I was actually starting to like really feel that warmth in it, you know. But I think also
yeah,
as a as an individual that's dealing with the farmer, I think it's important for you to keep your farmers in good shape in terms of like making sure that you supply them with whatsoever basic stuff they need, machinery, wherever that they need to harvest, if they need to use machines to harvest, if not, if they're not hand picking, depending on what the story is, so that they
yeah.
can give you the best of the best. I mean, after all, for one to produce something that's good enough for you, you need to keep them also in good condition so that they can be able to put together something that's actually proper for you. You know, if that makes sense. I
Yeah, it makes
think
sense. And
it's
also like
yeah,
with the rise of specialty coffee and people actually switching to specialty, they want the good stuff. They know the good stuff. So
yeah,
in order
yeah.
for the farmers to survive now, they need to produce the good stuff.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I think let's pin that one up on the wall. Let's let's have a let's have a week where we actually sit on it deeply and like break it down more so that maybe for those that are listening can actually learn more about it. Who knows? Maybe we could inspire one to actually start becoming a farmer. I mean, there's a couple of farmers in South Africa and stuff like that, and a couple of farmers. I think there's like where how many coffee farms are there in South Africa? think
I
I
only
think I
know
know
one.
one. Yeah, maybe you
Yeah,
can
and
have another
I
plus one or
also
another plus two.
I know one in South Africa, one in Swaziland, and one in Zimbabwe.
You know the
Yes,
one in
and
Zim. Funny enough, I don't know if the one in Zim is the one I know as well, because I know of one in Zim myself personally. Um,
it's in the Eastern Highlands.
in the Eastern Highlands. Like
Yes.
from a state point of view, where would this be? Is this Mutare?
Uh yeah, Manicaland around Mutare and all those things, because there's the weather there is perfect. There's tea and the climate is ideal for coffee as well. There is farms, but I only know one.
I wanna put another tab on that specific one because I know somebody that knows somebody that
Yep.
runs that farm, and I think it's time to have them in.
Yes, definitely.
And
I'll
yeah,
also
and
check my side because
yeah,
yeah, see
that
what
one
we
needs to
can
be
get to
broken
talk
down.
about.
Yeah, I think that one needs to be broken down. It might be a very long conversation as well. So for those that are listening or that are going to listen to it, brace yourself. It is going to be an interesting one. Blending it
Yeah, it would be
together with the whole taking care of the farmers, the fair trade storyline and stuff like that.
yeah, it would be a special episode.
I think we need a special one, something quite long, something quite lengthy, just to dive in deep so that we don't leave something hanging and touch base on it another day and we start leaving so many cracks, you know?
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think that's a wrap for today. To our listeners, please subscribe, like, share, comment. Feel free, do whatever. Screenshot, anything. Anything that makes you feel happy. After all, it's the coffee space and other things. So those other things can be anything.
Yes, anything like matcha.
Anything like matcha and almond, anything like matcha and macadamia. Anything like
Yes.
Monisa's nightmare syrups. It can be anything.
Yeah.
It can be anything. But thank you so much, Monisi, for hosting us. Thank you for putting this one together for us. I think it was an epic one. It's always an epic one with you behind that mic.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm already like working on the next episodes, things we need to talk about.
Just listen to that, guys.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
then and then and then and then
we're
and
not
then you
done.
say you understand. Just listen.
Eh,
Already we're not done with this one. Already something is being cooked. I mean, we need to give them credit. We need to give them credit. But thank you
nah,
to our audience. Thank you to our listeners. From wherever you are listening, thank you so much for diving in and sitting in with us this evening.
yes. And the podcast, like you said, it's there on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Yes.
Maybe one day we
So,
need to go into SoundCloud. Are there still people on SoundCloud?
yeah, the upcoming rappers. But yeah, we'll
Oh,
also add it
yeah.
to Amazon Podcasts soon. So,
Oh, that'll
yeah.
be epic. I think that'll be epic. But thanks, guys.
All right, man. It's been a great one.
It's an
We'll
awesome one. It's
see
always
you.
an awesome one with you.
Yes.
Take it easy.
Yes. Catch you next week.
Oh, where
Stop.